Yeah, hello. Very good evening to all of you. Hearty welcome to this MIF Dialogues interaction session on the fifth day of the 17th edition of the Mumbai International Film Festival for documentary, short fiction, and animation films. I hope all of you are enjoying the festival and are getting the best out of it in terms of the films which you get to watch, as well as the other various interactions which happen outside the theaters. Today we have with us the President and General Secretary and other officers, and Treasurer and Vice President of Indian Documentary Producers Association. I have on my immediate right the President of IDPA, Shri Rajani Acharya. Hearty welcome to you, sir. And on his right, we have the General Secretary of IDPA, Shri Sanskar Desai. Hello, sir. And we also have the Treasurer, Shri Ravindra, and the Vice President, Shri Suresh Kumar. So a hearty welcome to all of you. As you would be aware, IDPA has been a fellow organizer, a partner with the Film Division in the organization of the Mumbai International Film Festival ever since the festival was began. The festival began in 1990 as BIF, Mumbai International Film Festival, and later it became Mumbai International Film Festival. And as you know, one of the fundamental goals of the film festival, which is basically a celebration of non-feature films, is to promote the art of documentary, short fiction, and animation films in order to increase public attention, interest, and love and passion for this art film, this art form, which generally tends to not get the recognition it deserves due to the pressures of the market. I mean, as we see that in the theaters, in commercial theaters, cinema theaters, and in TV channels, generally we do not get the recognition. We do not get to see as many documentary films as we need to, and there is a need to increase public appreciation and understanding and awareness about this film, about this form of art. And that is, I believe, one of the fundamental goals for which IDPA also exists and for which IDPA has been working. So we would love to hear from the office bearers of IDPA about what they hold as the future for documentary films. And especially I would request the President to begin by speaking about the role of IDPA in MIF and also in the larger documentary unit.
Thank you very much, brother. IRPA, Indian Documentary Producer Association. Recently, I taken over the charge as a president. Every president have the dream, and the dream comes in reality when you work hard. सपना तब पूरा होता है जब रात को जागते हैं. तो अभी तो संस्कार जो हमारे बाजू बैठे हुए रात दिन काम करते हैं, जागते नहीं, लेकिन सक्सेस जो मिफ का है और इरपा का जो भी हमारा सहयोग और सहकार है और हमें सक्सेस मिली है, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई विल गिव द क्रेडिट टू संस्कार भाई एंड आवर ट्रेजरर एंड आवर वाइस प्रेसिडेंट. अल्टीमेटली द बेसिक आइडिया, हमारा जो बेसिक आइडिया यही है कि हाउ टू गो टू द मास. कहा जाता है कि डॉक्यूमेंट्री लोग देखते नहीं हैं, लेकिन हम लोग तक पहुंचते नहीं हैं. तो हमारा मकसद है लोगों तक पहुंचना. हम लोग कोशिश कर रहे हैं, टाई अप कर रहे हैं, वर्कआउट कर रहे हैं कि अभी जो नए नए मीडिया आए हुए हैं, नए नए प्लेटफॉर्म आए हुए, उसके थ्रू हम पब्लिक तक पहुँचे. एक डॉक्यूमेंट्री फिल्म प्रोड्यूसर फिल्म बनाता है तो उसको दो चीज़ चाहिए, ऑडियंस चाहिए और क्लैप चाहिए. फिर भले वो घर का पैसा बेच के उसने फिल्म बनाई हो, जब ऑडियंस की क्लैप मिलती है तो उसके जो खुशी मिलती है वो उसे ही मालूम है, और वो उसके लिए ऑक्सीजन है. फिर दूसरी फिल्म बनाएगा. दूसरा होता है अवार्ड्स. तीसरा होता है कि उसको एक्सपोजर मिलना चाहिए. हम 3 एरिया में काम करेंगे. एक तो हमारा एरिया है कि हम स्कूल, कॉलेज, अलग अलग जो यूनिवर्सिटी है वहाँ पे स्मॉल फिल्म फेस्टिवल ऑर्गेनाइज करेंगे, जहाँ पे अवार्ड विनिंग फिल्म्स हमारे डॉक्यूमेंट्री फिल्म प्रोड्यूसर एसोसिएशन के मेंबर जो है उसकी फिल्म, कुछ फिल्म डिवीजन की फिल्म्स, कुछ ऑस्कार विनिंग फिल्म्स हम उधर स्क्रीनिंग करेंगे। और हमने ऑलरेडी वर्कआउट किया है, बाई आई थिंक विद इन 6 months we are going to have the 50 place or location in all over India wherein we'll have the 7 days 6 days festival, and wherever possible we'll see that the maker of the film, he will go there and attend and get the appreciation and the claps, because they work very hard. Making the documentary film is not easy, very very tough. And then holding the crowd for the till end also is a challenge. Second thing, now the world is changed. Our main focus is to go to various platforms. We have already called Shemaru, we have called Ultra and Pocket Cinema, and we are going to have tie-up with them. So all the documentary films subject to merit. It's not that whatever we give, they'll accept it. Subject to merit, it will go to all the platform. There are two kind of a model for the how one can recover the money. Number one is a partnership, and number two is if they buy outright. So that model is good. Now everything is digitalized, so that cheating is not there. People think the maximum money is in YouTube. No, the highest money paid by the viewers on OTT platform. So our main focus will be the all digital media, and the OTT platform is now network, like a distribution network in all the world. We are going to work out with these 2 or 3 agencies where we'll work out and we'll tell them, okay, see that our members get exposure and as well as they recover the money. That is our main target. Third target is we are going to get our association affiliated with the Film Federation. That also very important, because there is many time you find dispute between the sponsor, between the director, between the other technicians. So that can be addressed by that affiliation we have got with, we are going to have with Film Federation of India. I think I cover more subject and more ideas. It's my dream as a president, and it can be converted into reality if I get support from my team. But our team is very good team. They are working very hard, and I request whatever that I missed in this discussion, Sanskar will take over.
Thank you, Rajni Bhai. As you know that IDPA has been the partner of MIF. There are 2-3 things that we have noticed over the years. Not about MIF. I mean, MIF has been doing pretty well for itself. There are ups and downs everywhere. So all that happens because it's a big organizations and all that. And this time it has been very good. In fact, with very small number of people left in films division, it is really, I must say that it was a challenge as partners of MIF and films division. We were scared, but it is thanks to and big salute to the DG, to the DA here, and to the people in working in films division, that they are able to get it through. So I would like to congratulate them, and I feel very happy as an IDPA member being partner of MIF this time around also. With films division or with film documentary films, the main problem is where will it be seen, and secondly, how will we get the money? So these are the two important places that we are already working on where it will be seen. We are going to have different locations. We are tying up with different colleges all over India, and with certain universities, so that we can have regular screenings of documentaries. We are in touch with the film societies of India, the Federation of Film Societies. We have already spoken to them earlier, but because of Corona and many things in the last 2 years, we have not been able to do certain things. But we will be with them, with the help of them. We want to, they have a lot of societies. So first the colleges, then the societies, film societies, we want to screen documentaries there. So screening will be covered in a way. We used to have a slot on Doordarshan where we used to screen documentaries also half an hour. That got over in 2022. It was a 5-year slot. Because of Corona again, we are unable to follow it up, but we will be doing it shortly. Hopefully, we should get that slot back again, and our films will be screened on the or telecast on Doordarshan. So that is one part. Now getting money. So that is very important, because how much can an individual fund their own films? One film, two films at the most, but not more than that. So we are as Mr. Acharya just said, we are tying up with some OTT platforms, and we will be getting some money out of it. Filmmakers, our members. That is one part. Secondly, is that the DD slot also used to fetch some money for the filmmaker, and it was a made film. So it was not that one had to make a film for Doordarshan and get some money. It was a made film within the 3 years period, and we would give it to them and they would pay us. So that is one. Just recently in this festival itself, a lot of people said that since OTT and a lot of things are changing now because of OTT, because of digital platforms. So why don't you try with some theaters here? Because even they are not doing well for it themselves. So that also is a very important point that we will look into. There are certain there is PVR and there are others also. We did have a talk with them earlier, but since we are all voluntary workers, we are filmmakers. Primarily, we are filmmakers, and so we have to do our work as well as do voluntary work for our fraternity. So as IDPA, so that's how we do, and so we will talk to them and we will try to negotiate with them, and if we can get that done. I mean, we would love to say. I've seen documentaries. I'm sure all of us have seen documentaries in the theater once upon a time, and it is a treat to watch. Even here, when we see it on a big screen, even a small film becomes a big film. It's like that. So we would like to revive even that, but that is a big deal. So at least we will talk to these people who own the theater owners, and then maybe that is one. If you want to ask any question or something like that, I can still go on, but
एक चीज़ और हमारे जनरल सेक्रेटरी के मैं जोड़ना चाहता हूँ, वो ये कि डॉक्यूमेंट्री बनाते हुए हमने महसूस किया है कि डॉक्यूमेंट्री बनाना ही काफ़ी नहीं है, उसका मंच चाहिए जहाँ हम लोगों को दिखा सकें। और हमारे पास ऑडियंस के लिए या तो हम फिल्म समारोहों में जाते हैं, कहीं कोई जगह नहीं है जहाँ हम उसको दिखा सकें, इसलिए अपने रिस्क पर डॉक्यूमेंट्री बनाई जा रही है और डब्बा बंद भी हो जा रही है। ऐसे में हम लोगों की ये कोशिश है, प्रयास है, हमारे प्रेसिडेंट और सेक्रेटरी ये सब सारे मिलकर कर रहे हैं कि हमारा अपने देश में डॉक्यूमेंट्री का चैनल हम इस बात को महसूस करते हैं कि बहुत ज़रूरी है। अगर चैनल होगा तो उसके लिए सामग्री चाहिए, उसके लिए डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज़ बनेंगी, फिर बहुत सारे क्षेत्र हमको ऐसे हैं जो छोड़ने पड़ते हैं कि अरे ये इसको बना सकते हैं लेकिन दिखाएंगे कहाँ। तो दुनिया भर में डॉक्यूमेंट्री का अच्छा से अच्छा चैनल है, हमारे यहाँ क्यों नहीं है? तो हमें चाहिए कि हम एक चैनल अपने देश में उसका होना चाहिए।
Hello. Yeah. You were speaking about exhibiting those films in colleges. Is there a revenue model to that, or that's just free exhibition?
at present there is no revenue model to it. Sorry. Yeah, at present there is no revenue model to it, because they are students. So we want them to we have a scheme of having workshops of film appreciation first, and then filmmaking. We have during the COVID times we did have a couple of online workshops where we taught for 6 days or so, but that was online. Most of the stuff is offline actually. So we would like to now start the offline activities also, because now it is possible. So that is one. Secondly is that we are going to shortly, because of COVID we had stopped. We had called for entries for our awards. IDPA awards are very prestigious awards, and I mean, we had stopped it because we found that we didn't get so good response, because people had not made films during this time. Very few people had made films, so we did get a response, but it was not up to the mark. So then we said we will hold it. We will not drop the idea, but we will hold it, and then we will again start. So we are in the process of reviving it again, starting it again, removing the stops, and again call for entries. We will ask for call for entries, and we'll start probably by the end of this year. We will hold the awards also.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The entries that you asked for were from colleges or overall?
No,
from
we
everyone?
see, we had during the COVID, we had a COVID related festival, or competition for that, which is already over. It's an online. It was an online kind of a competition that is over. But for the awards, as I think, if Ronita, if I understand correctly, we are having for students also. It's a different. It's an offline thing. So which we usually used to have. So that is also happening, and all the regular categories of documentaries and sections are going to be also included in it.
These online workshops that you talked about
Yeah.
were for students or for the
That
general
was for
public?
students. That was for
And those were
students.
free.
They were free. Yeah.
From whatever has been spoken till now,
Yeah.
your introduction, it gives a very pitiable picture of the IDPA. This thing. It really gives a pitiable picture.
Yeah,
like
yeah, it is.
लाचारी, to put it in Hindi. क्या लाचारी का ये scene दिखा रहे हैं आप लोग?
Lit-
So now
lat-
wait, no, you are not portraying reality. So what is the model there in Western countries? What is there in some of those Western countries which must be lucrative? Can you not follow or copy their models? And second question is, you had talked about having your talk with this is second question. The source of talking to private platforms and all, OTT platforms, and you are also proposing to the government to have your own dedicated channel. But why not talk to private telecast TV stations, the private channels like Star and all, and you can work out, because then that will be, and they can work out an afternoon slot or something which can be lucrative for them as well as for your filmmakers.
Okay, I'll answer to your second question first. See, any channel, satellite channel, they are totally working on the commercial base. They need the money. If you see, even recently the film which is released and flop, and it is released on television, they did not get the TRP. So try to understand one thing, getting the TRP for the documentary and the audience for documentary, it is not that easy. They will OTT platform, why they are joining hand with us? Very simple, very simple. Everybody wants to build a library. Okay, everyone wants to build a library. In his library, we are also our films are there. But what happens? Film which is really good, it will make, number one. Number two, as you said, in the Western country, there is no any commercial television showing any documentary. Okay, there are documentary channels. Okay, Discovery and other kind of channel are there. They are showing a documentary. But in India, it is say Star or G or any channel. They will not show the documentary unless until it is interesting.
Are there any foreign documentary associations that are lucrative? If you can give examples. So you can follow that model or whatever. If it is
See,
suitable to
documentary makers and group like IDPA, all are struggling. Let us be very clear. We are not Lachar, we are creator. We are creator and we will create. I don't want to go for my personal any things that my film was telecasted on the G Classic and other thing because this is not a platform. But if the film is good, it is going to get the top. You recover the money and you get the platform. That is the second part. I gave the answer. First part I could not understand. You said Lachar. We are not Lachar.
No. The first part was whether there are
Yeah,
any place in India.
Yeah. See, I'll to answer that, I will tell you that I mean there are two filmmakers who are here in the festival. One is Regina Pessoa and her husband. They both are in the academy, in the Oscar Academy. They are part of that. So they are very well-known filmmakers. The other day I was talking to them because naturally as a documentary maker and a short filmmaker, I'm interested in what is happening in their part of the world. And they were very clear about a couple of things. Their government promotes short films and it has got nothing to do with money in the sense that they give money, but they don't ask you what kind of film you are making. See, once at every stage, one or two stages, that they have to give their proposal. Once that is through, they get the money, and then they are not asked whether they did the stuff rightly or wrongly. That is one. Of course, there are people who misuse it. They themselves said that that ratio is very less. The need of having short films is that there is umpteen possibility of doing experimentation, and because of that experimentation, the art of filmmaking grows. So they understand that it is an art form, and it needs to grow. So till you give that much importance to this form, it will not grow. So they don't much care about the return of money. That is one. That is primary. That is the difference here. We had films division, and hopefully we still will have films division in a different avatar. But they also used to do the same thing. So we were dependent on films division as filmmakers. We were dependent on film division because we used to give them a proposal, and if they found it right, if there was a committee and if they found it right, then they would allow. For example, I had a film on stepped wells of Gujarat. Now, it has an archival value. It may not have a commercial value. Also, my treatment of the film, I mean, ultimately it is a treatment of the film which will. So, what is it that I want to promote and how? That is very important. So, if I make it I can still make it commercial. But whether I want to make it commercial or not, and what is important to me, whether the structure, the story behind it, the archaeology behind it, the architecture behind it, the stories, the myths behind it, that is important to me, or to make it viable for that money to come back. So it is an approach, and we as filmmakers and artists, we feel that for us making film in our own way is very important. For even commercial films also. I mean, that is true for all filmmakers, all artistic films, all artists. If you want to make money, of course, the track is different. So you have to take a different track. You may use film as a medium, but then you are earning money. Nothing wrong in it also. But we are artists, so we want to take a different track.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you use the word Lachar, but freedom of speech I believe in strongly. So
Yeah.
feel free to say what you want.
Yeah.
But Van Gogh, I don't know whether you've heard of Van Gogh, one of the world's greatest artists. He died in extreme poverty, and I don't want to go into the list of people who are very creative who died extremely poor and who had nothing. France TV, Deutsche Welle, Japanese TV, which I happen to watch, the satellite channels, they all have wonderful documentary films, beautiful documentary films, interspersed with other things, with music and with feature films and things. So you could follow it up with the channels. But let not the channels be your main target, because streaming is where the future is, you know. Some people have even stopped subscribing to channels, but I mean satellite, but it will never shut down. You know, like people used to say, oh, film will die, radio will die when the television came. And when, yeah, radio, I still listen to the radio, and I'm sure a lot of other people do too. Films will not die. Cinema will not die. Nothing, even with streaming. And then the other thing is, you have to push this thing about having films in small towns, in colleges, because in France, every village has a film festival. Can you believe it? A village, forget a town. Every village has a film festival. And they don't even make a fraction of the films that we make. You know, we make so many films. So you need to push the government, because government support is very, very important. You know, so you need to push them, because they won't do anything unless you push them.
That is true.
Yeah.
That I agree.
I just had a question about it. You mentioned about going to colleges, students, but how will you make the students be interested in documentaries and sit through it? This is something that has come because I was part of a film society. Still used to run one, and it's okay when you have a commercial or a feature film, but when it comes to series of documentaries or shorts, it's very difficult to hold somebody to sit and watch it throughout. So how will you get that decided?
Basic idea is this, that whenever we organize the festival in the college and campus, we clearly said this is for the documentary and this is for the short film. Every student wants to work when they pass out from their college that I'll be assistant director to Karan Johar, which is not possible. Okay. Documentary is a first step, or short film is a first step to enter in the entertainment industry, wherein you can show your talent. Once you are successful in that, then of course, then you change your track, go to the commercial cinema and other cinema. If you ask me, I'll never go, because it's my personal taste and my personal hobby that I should make documentary films, lithography films on different subjects. But students also understood, if I want to enter in this industry, so let me watch what is happening in the documentary films, and why the documentary films get success and get the name and fame and the awards and other things. If you make the film, any new filmmaker, if you he makes the film, he will not dream about the awards. But any students who is making the film, documentary films, he will dream about the awards कि मेरी film अच्छी बनी है, दिल से बनी है, मैंने अच्छी बनाई है, उसको award मिलेगा. So this is really a stopping step. That is what I would like to say.
Sir, one question.
I'm a teacher in Nanavati College, and I am from IDPA also. And I have done many workshops in my college from IDPA collaboration with them and with others also. So the basic thing you told that students, they are more interested in some career. And if you say that we are going to organize some documentary and short film festival or workshop for 30 hours, 6 days long. So I have got more than 100 registrations free. And they have learned the art of making. Initially, they thought, let us see what is this. And they are acquiring this skill in these 6 days about this documentary and short film. Second thing, the documentary culture or short filmmaking culture is started, you can say, from last 6-7 years. When TikTok came, when they have started making show reels, Instagram, Facebook, and then they have certainly become more interested in this type of content, audiovisual content. Now they are understanding that this documentary and short film is something related to that Instagram reels and TikTok and all. So now they are more interested. And second thing, lot of educational content is available on these audiovisual platforms, which is like documentaries and short films. Basically documentaries, but non educational content which is not from their core syllabus, that is available in the form of some audiovisual. So they are understanding the value of this. So now they are becoming more interested. And if IDPA is giving them a good training, so they can become a good documentary filmmaker, short filmmaker. So this is, we want to increase the culture, and they are more interested now. Earlier, before 10 years, it was not the response, but now we have got good response.
Do you have any training course for the newcomers like you? Do you?
Yeah, we do have. We do have. We have in a way devised a sort of a short course, which anybody, any student, especially we are targeting students, so that we can approach colleges and universities where we can approach them. We know, because we have done. We have learned filmmaking, so we understand how to go about. That is one. And just responding to what you were saying, I have students doing documentaries and even shorts, and they are very, very interested. So there is, in fact, I felt very encouraged when I was teaching them just recently. I mean, online stuff, and they made really good films. They're so interested in making. So there is no dearth of talent also, and interest. Yeah.
So
Sir,
are you
1 minute.
focusing on the media students, or you're focusing
No,
on
we are
general?
not only student. We are not just focusing on media students. They are, as it is, they are getting trained in their colleges. We don't have a problem. I mean, we still
It's
go
open
to
to
them.
everyone.
We are open to everyone, but we are more interested, because in fact, what happens is that the others feel as if they are in a cage and doing art, science, or whatever, commerce or whatever. And here, when they get to do this workshop, they are so very happy. So it is an advantage to them.
Sir, I wanted to just know, whatever now National Archives of India is taking restoration and preservation project,
Yes.
is any documentaries are a part of in that one?
Yes, I was a part of the committee, which I don't know whether it's still there or not, but I was part of the central committee of National Film Heritage, and we did have meetings where a lot of us filmmakers who were there in the committee, we did talk about restoring documentaries. So that is also being done. Of course, it is difficult to pinpoint on which documentary and what, but because people have different ideas. But there are certain documentaries which are very universal, and a lot of people know about it. So they are being restored.
Yeah, to add on, one more, I don't know it's suggestion or not. There is a lot of avenues like Book My Show and Paytm, right from traditional theater plays to today's musical events or whatever stand-up comedian. Many avenues, both online or offline, Book My Show, Paytm and all collaborating, and lot of good opportunities for makers. I don't know if documentary makers have approached them or tie up with them. I think that will be one good avenue. Yeah,
I
thank
tell you, actually, we are working on that. Every week, we would like to have 1 hour program online, and Book My Show through them. We can tie up. We are working on that, so we can generate the money. I like to give one very good news. Suppose you should give the news. Even the films division, whatever the material they have got, because now storage is a big problem, and especially like Bombay, the weather is so bad. So they are also now restoring all the documentaries which they have got, and it is already started. And even the archive in Pune, they are also restoring, and they are going to digitalize better. What is now digitalize everything available, so it will be and it will be online. Yeah. Any?
In fact,
Oh no, there are two things. When you apply for the national award, you need censor certificate. But in other festivals, they don't ask for the even OTT, they don't ask for the certificate. OTT does not want any censor certificate. Or even the YouTube also. Very danger thing is people say that we should use platform YouTube to promote your documentary. But the documentary makers sometimes they make unknowingly mistake of the entering in the IPR issue. Even you cannot use 5 seconds or 1 second. People got a different kind of a mindset that you can use 20 seconds, any songs or anything. Now the day, everything is changed. So either you have to buy or you have to you have to take permission from the maker. So documentary, whenever documentary people they make documentary and put on YouTube, I think it has happened many times. Within 10 days they put off.
Except when it's in the public domain.
Yeah, it is a public domain. 60 years, 60 years. Yeah, that is.
It's music
Yeah,
or literature.
60.
So there's
Not music, not audio visual. It's not only audio. No, audio, the audio maker, the creator, after he died, after 60 years of his death. And the films, whoever make, release 60 years. Okay?
After release.
You can't
After
claim
it-
copyright on classical music.
No,
So you can use classical.
So that's
No.
what he's saying. After 60 years,
60
of
years.
the person's death, you can use
Now you can play the Ravindra music anytime, Ravindra Tagore, because he died and 60 years is passed. So 60 years is a very common. Now again, even the not only India but entire world, IPR is a very big issue, very very big issue. So maker is to understand you cannot take any clipping from anybody's film or music piece and put in your program. No.
We have about 400, makers, approximately. And of course, because of Corona and all that, some of other, members have not paid up. So, I mean, so like that. So there are more, but these are,
What if a budding documentary filmmaker wants to join IDPA? What benefits and services can he expect?
What do you actually will exploit their films?
yeah.
Apart from like whatever like copyright issues or name or
Copyright issue, one is to address. See, copyright issue is not the any association can interfere. It is a individual one has to address and one has to solve the problem. See now, still today, the films titles is being registered, but documentary title is not registered. But IDPI is going to work on that area. So what will happen? The title duplication will be not there, and we have got a lot of plan in our pocket, but we can't take out everything today. But we have got a lineup of festivals and many programs. First, our target is to approach the different platform to sell the film. Our makers will make money.
I had two questions for Rajni Acharya ji. Number one is you have made a film on Mohammad Rafi. Suresh Sharma, our friend, he has made a film on Shammi Kapoor. I have seen both of them. Why you call yourself as a filmographer and he is calling himself as a documentary filmmaker?
Yeah, I say not filmographer, lithography.
Like what?
Yeah, lithography here, there is a thin line, very thin line. We are 90% very close to the documentation of the whatever the documentary required. Lithography means the person's story, right from his birth to his death or his success story or still alive or what he achieved or whatever he has got the ups and downs. So lithography here, people like the music. I believe in one thing. And I'm a music lover. And I got contacts with the film industry. I'm in 35, 40 years. So my lithography film, always you'll find good songs. Okay? But related to I made a documentary on Mohammad Rafi. So there are 60 songs we have purchased rights. Okay? It's not that we use. And it is telecasted on the G Classic. It is in Geo. It is in G5. it is in DTH, it is in YouTube, it is in IPTV, all platform all over it is good. So lithography is the different than documentary different. I myself has put the name, I don't know, but it has worked out because whatever I make like that, and I get sale also. I make money. No.
IDPA is confined only to documentaries, or does it also accept short films?
Yeah, short film also.
Fiction.
Fiction, short film fiction.
Because the name is Indian documentary.
No. See, I tell you, the Indian Documentary Producer Association, it was started some
1956.
56. There were two things in that, okay? All the ad filmmakers on those time, we have to get the negative and positive from the government of India permission. And then you have to go to IMPA or you have to go to the guild and to get the permission. And documentary ad filmmakers and the people, they realized that let us start our own association, and we convince the government so we can issue the certificate and we can get the deal. And then really they work very hard and they build up. At present, we have got our own office, we have got a good fund, and we are very happy. Whatever the हमारे जो पुराने लोग हमारे लिए छोड़ गए, अभी हमारा हम इसको ये कह रहे थे. I was telling my team that whatever the money is there in the kitty now, when we step down, we have to increase the amount. Yeah.
And second question to you. First of all, congratulations for taking over as the president of
Thank you, Jyoti.
IDPA.
Thank you, Jyoti.
And when you have taken over, in what way are you going to, have you learned from what the earlier committee and president did, and what you are going to do, which will be different from
See,
that?
life is a learning. Every step, even I tell you one small example. Muhammad Rafi was there with his brother in the Karachi. So his brother said, you sung so good in the Barsat Ki Raat, Darbar Raag. So Rafi said, मैं तो अभी सीख रहा हूँ. So we are all students, nothing else. But my career and my experience in a different field, a lot of social organization, I am attached and work a lot. So whatever I learn good things, which I want to bring it to our association.
And are you going to revive the awards, because for the past 5-6 years they are not?
No, now we already discussed. We are going to within
Last bit, I would like to say that we have a tie-up with Films Division also to screen films here. Just before the pandemic came in, we have already started screening it is called Kshitij. Every 15 days, we used to have a screening here on a Friday. And it was a tie-up with the Films Division. We were coming here. It could be a Films Division new film, or it could be some other film made by either our member or any documentary maker. See, we don't make a distinction between our member or not our member or whatever. They are all filmmakers, and if it is a good film, we would like to screen it here. So that is one thing which we have talked to the DG, and he's also looking at reviving that slot after MIF gets over and everything is settled down. It's like that. So
Will it be called as the premiere of the documentary, like in films?
actually, what we had thought earlier was that we wanted to make a premiere, every month or every 2 months or so. Every week or every 15 days, we will have screenings, but every 2 months or so, we will have a premiere. We wanted it like that, but we were just actually learning with that DG earlier. And then suddenly the pandemic came in. So we had to stop, unfortunately. Other cities also. In fact, I had spoken to Prachi also. Yeah, we had already started in Ahmedabad.
Because we used to run every zone in NFI.
Yeah.
And I was part of that.
So I had spoken to Prachi also that why don't we start? I had spoken to NFAI, Prakash Magdumji, and we were going to start it, but all these things happened. So let us say, we can start again. All over India. All over India.
Planning to go to colleges and everywhere
Yeah.
all over India.
Yes.
It is big
Yeah.
Herculean task.
It is. But we will start slowly. But we have members all around, so not a problem.
Coming back to funding, we've from the open forum, I got to understand that everything is revenue sharing. It's not, people don't get direct money upfront. So are you planning to try and change that attitude towards documentary films? Yeah.
I got a lot of experience in that. Jyoti knows very well. The thing is that it's a demand and supply. Okay. Even we were told here, the Amazon and other big platform, they are coming here, and they said yes, we'll fund it. They like the subject, subject to further discussion and everything. And sometimes they said no, we can't buy because our priority is different. They would like to buy Shah Rukh Khan film. They like to buy the Akshay Kumar's film. So they said okay, revenue sharing. Revenue sharing also not bad. Even the people said that YouTube also, many people made lot of money. So if product is good, you'll make money. If product is not good, you don't make money, they don't make money, it does not have sense. I hope I answer your question.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. In international festivals, I know, everybody. It is not more than 30 minutes or 40 minutes. Yeah, no. In international festivals. And if you go to the national festivals and MIF festival, they don't have limit. Some jury member told me, यार 2.5 घंटे की पिक्चर दिखाई यार, 2.5 घंटा बैठे हम लोग, So it's all different demand and supply and policy of the organization.
What are the avenues that IDP is planning for funding besides just talking to?
See, we are the facilitator. We don't provide the funding. We are searching ourselves fund for the own film. So it's not that. It's very simple. But we are not touched that subject. If you permit me. Yeah, because we are working out with a lot of CSR funding which is available in the market. There are two things in CSR fund because I am involved in my other association. CSR would like to give the money to the trust, then they don't prefer to give individual. Okay.
We are a trust.
So we are a trust. So what we are going to work out with the CSR funder, who give the funds, 2% is very big fund, and government also got a policy to make a public interest film on water harvesting and even the pollution and lot of things, So that kind of a films can be worked out. Not only that, if you must have seen some only on your social media, the film is funded by even the liquor company. You make a good film, they'll in the end they say supported by so liquor company. So they are also interested in good story. That is called a short films. They are very good. We are approaching them also. That you are searching for the talent and we have got talent bank. So that will make difference.
Large corporate companies whose individuals on the payroll or the entire community has had a great interest or participation in film. Now, the Parsis, for example, the Parsi community were the pioneers of Indian theatre, Western music, even cinema. At one time, they owned all the cinema halls in Bombay. Parsis used to own. So if you approach, let's say, the Tatas or the Godreges or the Vadias, I'm sure they will fund you to some extent, And even individuals, I think the guy from Mahindra, he studied film at his degree level, Anand Mahindra. He's a graduate in film. Yeah.
Okay.
So it helps because they have a personal and keen personal interest in cinema. They may not have become film directors or film producers, but that soft corner never leaves you, So you could try that.
There are two things very, very clear, and we have all gone through it. You don't get a good person who can fund for you, and Tata, they don't have good talent. They don't have any idea from where to get talent. So now what happened, this big house now I understood, and it's happening, that they appointed, they got their own advertising agency. So now they go through them, that you find out the producer and make a film. So, but we are trying to break the ice. Let us see how best we can do it.
We Yeah, it is Maniben Nanavati Women's College, Ville Parle. We have IDPA has we have ready courses like documentary and short film making workshop. All courses are at least 30 hours course. Then script writing course, filmmaking course, and creative communication we have done recently 130 hours course. And it is tailor made also. Some people say that we don't want this portion, we want this, so we optimize according to them also. A workshop, physical workshop with practical and theory and direct interaction. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I think we will conclude this interaction here. I thank all of you for joining, as well as the President and General Secretary and other